Hey guys, this time around we have a lot of information to cover, so let's get right into it, shall we? This video will be divided in 3 sections. In section 1 I will be discussing on whether or not the Zelda series should have voice acting. In section 2 I will discuss my own thoughts about playing Hyrule Warriors. And finally in section 3 I will discuss the direction the Zelda series will likely take in terms of voice acting. Now to begin with the first section and the title of this video, I'm going to be discussing a taboo-like subject in Zelda fandom, which is the touchy issue on whether or not the Zelda game should incorporate voice acting. I have asked you guys in previous episodes and what did you think? By and large, a lot of you brought really captivating arguments, but 3 comments really stood out to me. Philip Parsons argued that if voice acting were implemented, characters should speak Hylian instead of English to give an authentic feel and to retain its mystery. For example, take Midna's or Fi's speaking patterns. As you can see in the clips, voice is implemented but in a different language to retain mystery of the character. Speaking of which, there are reasons why many fans, myself included, are straight-laced against voice acting. K-Cookie expressed the notion that many Zelda fans have their own unique image on the Zelda universe, and to bring in voice acting would shatter that image. In addition, there are fears that the voice acting could be as bad as the Zelda CDI games.
Here's the traitor, your majesty. Please, your omnipotence, have mercy.
After you've rubbed oil on my penis, then you can rub my dick, then you can eat shit, then you can take my boy to dinner.
Okay, maybe not as bad, but still. English dubbing over at Japanese made content doesn't always work out that well in the end. However, Joshua Coverdale brought up the point that voice acting can bring in more player immersion if done correctly. And I believe this is where all the argument really boils down to. And most Zelda fans are against voice acting because they are afraid that it will shatter the Zelda image, which I believe is a reasonable assumption given Nintendo's past track record.
Because I was so young when I lost both of my parents, there's no question I saw Adam as a father figure.
And third, I was unconditionally and irrevocably in love with him.
Alright, granted, Metroid Other M wasn't created by development team number 3, but you know the idea I'm trying to get across. Personally, I believe if any voice acting were to be in Zelda games, it would have to be in a Hylian language, not English or Japanese. The Zelda series is known for player immersion among other things. Bringing in a familiar real-world concept, like languages found here in the good old planet Earth, could taint the illusion in a fantasy game. However, that isn't to say voice acting in its entirety can't work for a Zelda game. However, I do agree on the convention that Link should remain a silent protagonist. So in other words, I would prefer that a Hylian language or maybe some more cleverly orchestrated grunts or things of that sort would be the best course of action. In addition, a Hylian language would just further immerse the player in the Zelda universe and would further legitimize it as a fantasy universe. But that is just my take. If you guys have any thoughts about this, then please comment away. Now going towards the second section regarding my own personal thoughts about Hyrule Warriors. First off, I love this game. What I will say is that the game is pretty much tailor-made for Zelda fans. That being said, if you are a Zelda fan, then you will enjoy this game. The gameplay is solid, unlockables are abundant, and replay value is pretty in-depth. In terms of strategy, when it comes to past Dynasty Warriors games, the game is a bit two-dimensional in that aspect, but Hyrule Warriors isn't really a core strategy game to begin with, so let's give it a review. I'm not the biggest fan of the number review system since honestly I don't believe a game can just be summed up by a number. So I will say this, if you are a Zelda fan then this is a must buy. If you're not a Zelda fan and are just curious about the game, I would give this game a try, but I would highly recommend playing other Zelda games first. Final thoughts, the game is fun, really fun. Plus DLC is coming out with more character skins and playable characters, which I'm still hoping for a fierce deity Link. but we can only hope. Now moving towards the final section, how will voice acting be implemented in future Zelda games? Now if you did not know, Hyrule Warriors does have a voice acting bit in terms of monologues. It is obvious that IG Aonuma and other Nintendo staff have taken notice of it and approved of the mechanic in the game, but why? It could mean either two reasons. One, Hyrule Warriors isn't exactly a conventional Zelda game, so Aonuma just let it slide. Or the second scenario, Aonuma wants the Zelda series to be seen in a different light, so he is testing the waters in terms of public reaction on whether or not the Zelda series should have voice acting. The latter strikes me as the most likely. Also, a lot of the public outcry regarding the monologues in Hyrule Warriors is negative, so I'm not sure if Aonuma will follow through to implement voice acting in future Zelda games. Personally, if there was voice acting, it would have to be done very carefully and tactfully. Well, that's all information I have to say for now. Special thanks goes to Voice Bros, Tom Castle 3, Vlad Norris, Robinich Wan, Covert Commando, Posey, Rico Talarico, Sawyer Havens, Plasmatize, Captain Smoker, Corey Owie, Daniel Rosenzweig, and Exer I5X for contributing to this week's episode. If you have any information pertaining to anything Zelda related, please comment below with the source and I'll feature your name in next week's episode. In next week's episode, I will give a couple of takes on some well-known Zelda theories. Episode 15 will be out on October 13th next Monday. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Till then, this is the video of the day.
That's right, I'm in the house. Woo! Yeah! Yeah! What's up? Go! Listen up. Here we go. I'm the new kid, moving in, getting it done, and I'm officially the candidate for having some fun, you know?
You better calm down, Corey.
Yeah. I'm talking about an all-out party, and we're getting it started. Mr. President, you mind some electric guitar?
Washington, D.C. will never be the same. We got Corey in the house.
Yeah! It's a party every week, baby.
Corey